Nature has a remarkable way of defying human expectations. The rediscovery of animals long thought extinct is not only intriguing, but also a testament to the resilience of life on Earth. Here are detailed insights into fascinating stories behind each of the 20 animals that were rediscovered after being presumed lost forever. The Wondiwoi tree kangaroo. The Wondiwoi tree kangaroo, a species thought to be lost to history, had made an extraordinary reappearance after being unseen for nearly a century. This animal, native to the dense and rugged rainforests of West Papua, Indonesia, was last officially recorded in 1928. Its rediscovery by British tourist and researcher Michael Smith has made hope for its survival. Michael Smith, a 47-year-old head of research and analytics at a medical communications agency, embarked on a 2-week expedition to West Papua in search of new orchid species. However, the expedition took a thrilling turn when he decided to follow claw marks on trees and a funky scent that hunted in the presence of the Wondiwoi tree kangaroo. On the final day of the trek, in the dwindling light of July 31st, Smith spotted a creature perched 30 meters up in the canopy. Described as a teddy bear-like appearance, the Wondiwoi tree kangaroo was a remarkable sight for Smith and his team. It peered down at them, trying to remain hidden. The encounter was brief but monumental. Armed with a second-hand long-lens camera, Smith captured the first ever photographs of the species, cementing its place on the list of incredible wildlife discoveries. This discovery has spurred plans for further research. Smith intends to return to West Papua with conservationists, camera traps, and the necessary permits to collect DNA samples. This would allow scientists to compare genetic material from the recently spotted animal with the skeleton of a Wondiwoi tree kangaroo housed in London's Natural History Museum since 1928. The Laotian rock rat. Deep in the rugged terrain of Laos, a creature once thought to have vanished 11 million years ago emerged from obscurity. The Laotian rock rat is a species so rare and enigmatic that its rediscovery has rewritten what we know about the evolutionary history of rodents. In May 2006, retired biologist David Redfield from Florida State University, accompanied by birdwatcher Uthai Trizukon, captured the first ever live photographs of this elusive rodent near the village of Doi. Their journey to document this rock rat was not without challenges, as the pair endured 4 failed attempts before finally succeeding. The rodent was photographed, recorded on video, and then released back into its habitat. "We went to Laos specially to find this animal. We were extremely fortunate in so many ways to be able to do this," said Redfield. "It's easily one of the most gratifying experiences of my life, and I hope these pictures will help in some ways to prevent the loss of this marvelous animal." Physically, the rock rat resembles a cross between a tree shrew and a squirrel. It moves with a usual gait, walking like a duck and using its angled feet to climb trees. This combination of traits, along with its distinctive anatomy, sets the rat apart from any other rodent species. The discovery of living specimens has allowed researchers to compare the rodent's features with fossil remains previously unearthed in Asia, further cementing its status as a living fossil. The coelacanth. In annals of evolutionary history, few creatures have captivated scientists and explorers quite like coelacanth. The ancient fish, which dates back 410 million years, is a true marvel, a living relic from the time of dinosaurs. Once thought to have vanished 66 million years ago, its rediscovery is one of the most significant biological finds of the 20th century. The coelacanth belongs to the lobe-finned fish, a group that played a pivotal role in evolution. For decades, the coelacanth was presumed extinct. This belief was shattered in 1938 when a South African trawler netted a strange iridescent blue-green fish with 4 limb-like fins. Scientists were stunned. It was a living coelacanth. Decades later, in 1987, ethologist Han Fricke used a submersible to capture the first footage of these creatures near the Comoros Islands. Intrigued by previous discoveries in 2010, marine biologist and photographer Laurent Balesta plunged into the depths of Sodwana Bay off the coast of South Africa, carrying 32 kilograms of specialized equipment. Balesta trained extensively in deep diving techniques and employed cutting-edge rebreather technology to extend his underwater time. The challenges were immense, but not until beneath the waves did he encounter a creature once thought to have vanished with the dinosaurs. It brought him face to face with a coelacanth within minutes, and over time, Balesta and his team documented multiple coelacanth, spending up to 30 minutes in their presence. His groundbreaking work has not only reignited interest in this ancient species, but also underscored the importance of deep-sea exploration in unraveling the mysteries of our planet's evolutionary history. The Lord Howe Island stick insect. Extinction often feels final, but every so often nature surprises us with a second chance. Such is the remarkable story of the Lord Howe Island stick insect, also known as the tree lobster. Once thought extinct after disappearing from its native island in the 1920s, this incredible insect was rediscovered decades later in an unlikely refuge. The decline of the species began in 1918 when a shipwreck introduced black rats to Lord Howe Island. The invasive rodents quickly decimated the local population of stick insects. By early 1920, the Lord Howe Island stick insect was declared extinct. However, in 1964, a glimmer of hope emerged when a freshly dead specimen was found on Bull's Pyramid, a remote and rocky island near Lord Howe. It wasn't until 2001 that insects were spotted on Bull's Pyramid, leading to their collection and successful breeding in captivity at Melbourne Zoo. The rediscovery raised a question: were these insects truly the same species as Lord Howe Island stick's insect or just a close relative? To solve this puzzle, researchers from Okinawa Institute of Science and Technology Graduate University, OIST, Zoos Victoria, and CSIRO conducted a genetic test. Their findings were astonishing. The DNA of the two species group diverged by less than 1%, confirming they were indeed the same species. Despite surface-level differences, the Lord Howe Island stick insect was officially back from the dead. The pygmy tarsiers. In the dense, misty forests of Sulawesi, a creature once thought lost to time clings to existence. With its enormous, unblinking eyes and head capable of a 180-degree swivel, the pygmy tarsiers seem almost otherworldly. For 80 years, it vanished from sight, presumed extinct, a victim of human encroachment and the fragility of its unique habitat. Then, against all odds, this elusive primate was discovered, proving that even the smallest of creatures can leave an impression on the natural world. Believed to be extinct since 2002, the pygmy tarsier re-emerged in 2000 when Indonesian scientists stumbled upon a dead specimen caught in a rat trap. Sharon Gursky, a primate ecologist, led an expedition to the Sulawesi mountains and was determined to confirm the species' existence. For 3 months, Gursky and team braved the cold, misty heights, 6,900 feet above sea level, navigating the steep slopes of montane forests. Using mist nets designed to safely capture small animals, they worked tirelessly, catching over 100 spectral tarsiers and numerous birds. Their patience paid off on August 29, 2008, when they captured 3 pygmy tarsiers. Despite their discovery, pygmy tarsiers face significant threats. They inhabit an area of just 175 kilometers, roughly the size of Washington, D.C. As the human population grows, their fragile habitat is rapidly shrinking, cleared for agriculture and settlements. The black-browed blabber. For more than a century, the black-browed was a name whispered only in the pages of ornithological history, a bird so rare it seemed more myth than reality. With no confirmed sightings and only a single dusty specimen with a yellow glass eye in the museum, the bird became a symbol of extinction's finality. Yet, deep within the rainforest of Borneo, a startling discovery has brought his ghost back to life. In the 1840s, Charles-Lucien Bonaparte first described the black-browed blabber in Science. It wasn't until ornithologist Johann Butikoffer printed out in 1985 that Karl Schwaner, the man who collected the specimen, had been in Borneo at that time, that the pieces of the mystery began to align. Even so, without further evidence, the bird remained little more than a scientific footnote. That changed dramatically when Ritzi Fauzan and a team of birdwatchers stumbled upon the bird in the Borneo rainforest. Panji Gusti Akbar, the lead author of the discovery study, confirmed that the black-browed blabber originated in southeastern Borneo, resolving a century-long debate. These sensational findings confirm that black-browed blabber comes from southeastern Borneo, Akbar stated. The Cuban solenodon. The Cuban solenodon, a shrew-like mammal often described as a living fossil, harks back to a time when dinosaurs roamed the earth. With its venomous bite, nocturnal habits, and ungainly gaits, this small mammal seems more a relic of prehistory than a modern inhabitant of the Caribbean. For much of the 20th century, the Cuban solenodon was thought to be extinct. Human activity, particularly deforestation, and the introduction of invasive predators like cats, dogs, and black rats, decimated their numbers. Their unique biology, venomous saliva delivered through specialized teeth. By the 1970s, many assumed this enigmatic mammal was lost forever. But hope resurfaced in the mid-1970s when a handful of Solenodon was unexpectedly found. Sightings since then have been sporadic, but in 2003, one was spotted in the mountainous Alejandro de Humboldt National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site in northeastern Cuba. This marked the beginning of a dedicated effort by Cuban and Japanese researchers to uncover the species' secrets. After years of searching, their persistence became fruitful. In early 2023, a team led by Rafael Boroto Paez captured and studied 7 Solenodons, 4 males and 3 females. The Solenodons, described as healthy and active, were observed for 2 days before being released safely back into the wild. Signs of a recovering population offered hope. The team discovered tracks, feeding holes, and excrement in the areas near the research zone, suggesting the presence of additional individuals. However, the threats that once brought the Cuban Solenodon to the brink of extinction still loom large. Evidence of predation, such as cat faces containing Solenodon remains, underscores ongoing danger. The Kashmir musk deer. In the icy wilderness of Pakistan's Neelam Valley, a remarkable creature roams the snowy slopes, the Himalayan musk deer. Known for its reclusive nature and prized musk, the deer has endured centuries of harsh winters, human interference, and near extinction. Abdul Hadi, a dedicated wildlife photographer, set out on November 6, 2023, from Islamabad to Neelam Valley with a singular goal: to document the elusive musk deer. His expedition was not for the faint of heart. Reaching the remote Orankel village by evening, Hadi began his quest on November 7th, joined by 2 local wildlife game watchers. For days, the team tracked musk deer footprints every 2 kilometers, but failed to capture the animal on film. Finally, on the last day of their journey, November 10th, the breakthrough came. The team spotted a female musk deer under a birch tree, delicately chewing fodder. It was a magical moment, Hadi shared. Despite the challenges, achieving these goals was incredibly rewarding. The New Guinea singing dog. Once believed extinct in the wild since the 1970s, these dogs have persisted as a mystery. Only a few hundred remain in captivity, bred from just 8 original animals, leading to a dangerously inbred population. This genetic bottleneck raised concerns about their long-term survival. But in 2012, a photograph taken by an ecotourist guide reignited hope. The image, snapped in the rugged mountains near Gisberg Mine, caught the attention of James McIntyre, a field director and conservationist who had been searching for wild populations of New Guinea singing dogs since 1996. In 2016, McIntyre ventured to the area where the photograph was taken. Setting up a trail camera, his team found little evidence of the dogs, just a few paw prints until the final day of their study. A pack appeared, their resemblance to captive singing dogs unmistakable. However, he needed genetic proof to confirm the connection. The samples were sent to a geneticist, where they underwent rigorous testing. The results were shocking. Comparing the DNA of wild dogs to captive New Guinea singing dogs, dingoes, domestic breeds, and local village dogs, her team found that the wild dogs were genetically diverse members of the same rare population. This finding confirmed that the New Guinea singing dogs still roam the wilderness. Resilient despite decades of presumed extinction. The Javan elephant. In the heart of Borneo's lush lowland forest, a fascinating enigma lingers: the pygmy elephants. With only about 1,000, these elephants are a testament to nature's resilience and a remarkable tale of accidental preservation. According to a theory proposed by the conservation group WWF, these mysterious animals may trace their lineage to a now extinct population of Javan elephants. Centuries ago, a local sultan might have unknowingly saved the subspecies from extinction by transporting them to Borneo as gifts, a common practice among rulers in Asia at that time. DNA analysis conducted in 2013 ruled out Sumatra and mainland Asia as sources for the Borneo pygmy elephants, narrowing their origins to either Borneo itself or Java. This genetic revelation fueled the hypothesis that the elephants are a relic of Javan elephants, thriving in their adopted homeland long after their extinction in their native range. The takahe. The takahe is a flightless bird native to New Zealand and is a marvel of conservation success. With its spherical body, shimmering blue-green plumage and bright red beak and legs. Once thought extinct, the prehistoric species has made a triumphant return to the wild, thriving once again in its natural habitat on New Zealand's South Island. Declared extinct in 1898, the takahe decline began with the arrival of European settlers and the introduction of predatory animals like cats, ferrets, and rats. These threats, combined with habitat loss, devastated their population. Remarkably, in 1948, a small group of takahe was rediscovered, sparking an ambitious conservation effort that has since grown their numbers to about 500 birds, increasing at a steady rate of 8% annually. The giant Palouse earthworm. The giant Palouse earthworm is a creature that seems to exist more in legend. This rare and translucent worm, reputed to grow up to 3 feet long and smell of lilies, has long captivated the imagination. Recent discoveries have both confirmed its existence and debunked some of its more fantastical traits. Researchers believe the giant Palouse earthworm had vanished due to the near-total destruction of its native Palouse prairie habitat, which once flourished across Idaho and Washington. The last live worms were seen in the 1980s, and only dead specimens have recovered since. That changed on March 27th, when University of Idaho researchers Carl Umiker and Sean Shu discovered a juvenile and adult worm on a small patch of surviving prairie near Moscow, Idaho. To recover these earthworms, researchers employed an electroshock device called the octet method, which involves inserting electrodes into the soil and sending an electric current to coax worms to the surface. This discovery of live specimens marked a scientific milestone, as most believed the worm was extinct or even mythical. The adult worm had to be sacrificed for identification, as its digestive organs were examined to confirm its classification. Samuel James, an earthworm taxonomist, conducted a dissection and confirmed that the specimen matched the original description from 1897. This unfortunate loss, however, has paved the way for less invasive identification methods using DNA from specimens. The Chacoan peccary. The dry Chaco, a vast and arid spanning of Paraguay, Bolivia, and Argentina, is home to a diverse array of wildlife that has adapted to its harsh conditions. Thanks to conservation efforts by the World Land Trust and its local partner, Guira Paraguay, several endangered species continue to survive and reproduce in this habitat. Remarkably, one of the region's most remarkable survivors is the Chacoan peccary, an endangered species once thought extinct until its rediscovery in 1971. Adapted by Chaco's spiny shrubs, cacti, and a scorching summer temperature of up to 45 degrees Celsius, these peccaries are a marvel of evolution. They use their teeth to strip the cacti's spine before consuming and have a specialized kidney to process its acidic juice. Their small feet allow them to navigate the dense, spiny vegetation with ease. Despite these adaptations, fewer than 3,000 Chacoan peccaries remain, with females giving birth to just 2 or 3 offspring per year. Through the use of trail cameras, Guira Paraguay's keepers of wildlife have documented the survival of species, proving that protected areas like El Carmen are critical wildlife strongholds. The Jamaican iguana. The Jamaican iguana, once thought to be lost, is one of the most incredible wildlife rediscoveries of the 20th century. Long believed lost to history, the resilient reptile has defied the odds and become a symbol of conservative success. The species was presumed extinct in 1948, with its last sighting on Goat Island off Jamaica's coast in 1940. For decades, it existed only in memory of those who once knew it. A dead specimen created hope, but it wasn't until August 1990 that the Jamaican iguana made its dramatic return. The rediscovery occurred in Hellshire Hills, when Edwin Duffus noticed his dog chasing an unusual animal. The creature turned out to be a live adult male Jamaican iguana, injured but alive. Duffus transported the iguana to Hope Zoo, marking the beginning of a new chapter for the species. The Fernandina giant tortoise. This species made its remarkable comeback out of the blue. For over a century, it was presumed extinct, with the last confirmed sighting dating back to 1906. However, in 2019, a great discovery changed everything. During an expedition to Fernandina Island in the Galapagos archipelago, scientists encountered a single female tortoise estimated to be more than 100 years old. To confirm the identity of this find, genetic samples from the female were meticulously compared to those preserved male specimens collected in 1906 by the California Academy of Sciences. The results were unequivocal. The female belonged to the long-lost Chelonoidis. This discovery has sparked celebration in Ecuador, the nation to which the Galapagos Islands belong. The Amura whale. In a breakthrough moment for marine biology, a rare species of whale was discovered washed ashore on a remote beach in Western Australia in April 2015. This incredible find, a juvenile female Amura's whale, marked only the second time the species had been identified in Australia. The 5.68-meter-long whale was discovered on Exmouth Beach. Initial efforts to identify the species left the Department of Parks and Wildlife staff perplexed. It was through DNA profiling that the whale was definitely confirmed as an Amura's whale, a species first described in a scientific journal in 2003. Amura whales are characterized by their sleek body shape and unique skeletal features, including 53 vertebrae and 4 digits on each pectoral fin. Despite their distinct characteristics, very little is known about this creature. The knowledge gained from this discovery will enhance field identification guides and improve our understanding of their distribution. The night parrot. Once considered extinct for nearly a century, the night parrot has been rediscovered in Australia. Initially identified through dead specimens in 1990 and 2006, a living population was found in 2013 in Queensland. Recently, a team of indigenous Ngururupa rangers and scientists located up to 50 night parrots in Western Australia's Great Sandy Desert, making the largest known group of these endangered birds. Using sound recorders, the team detected the parrot's distinct call, confirming its presence in 17 out of 31 surveyed areas. Feathers, nests, and camera trip images provided further evidence. The parrot nests in dense spinifex bushes and forage at night, making them incredibly difficult to spot. Threats to species include cats and bushfires, though dingoes may help control the cat population. Strategic land burning by the Ngururupa Rangers aims to protect roosting sites. Conservationist emphasizes preserving the desert's pristine environment to secure the night parrot's survival and prevent another disappearance. The hula-painted frog. This animal stunned scientists when it was rediscovered in 2011 in Israel's Hula Valley. Declared extinct in 1996 due to habitat loss from the valley's drainage in the 1950s, this amphibian had been spotted only 3 times prior. Its distinctive black and white spotted belly made it a unique symbol of biodiversity. The first rediscovery occurred when a park ranger found a specimen in swampy undergrowth. Since then, 13 more frogs have been identified. Despite their limited sightings, this discovery allowed scientists to analyze the species in detail. Genetic and CT scans revealed that the hula-painted frog belongs to the Latonia genus, a group that was believed to have gone extinct 15,000 years ago. This revelation earned it the title of a living fossil. The Bavarian pine vole. The Bavarian pine vole, a tiny rodent weighing just 28 grams, was thought extinct for decades. First discovered in 1962 in Garmisch-Partenkirchen, Germany, the species' known habitat was destroyed in the 1980s, leading to its presumed extinction. In 2004, it was discovered by Dr. Friederike Spitzenberger in Austria's Röfen Mountains. Genetic testing confirmed its identity, though searches in Bavaria have yielded no results. With only a few hundred believed to exist, this rare vole depends on conservation efforts to secure its survival. The Madagascar pochard. The Madagascar pochard, once thought extinct for 15 years, has been brought back from the brink of extinction. In a monumental conservation effort, 21 of these rare ducks were released into the wild at Lake Sofia in northern Madagascar, their new haven. The species faced numerous threats, including habitat degradation, invasive species, and pollution, making survival nearly impossible. Over a decade of collaboration between organizations such as Wildfowl and Wetlands Trust, Durrell Wildlife Conservation Trust, and the Madagascar government led to the rescue of pochard eggs, which were raised in captivity. The reintroduction project aims to ensure the species' survival, while demonstrating the potential of community-driven conservation in regions of extreme poverty. The milestone offers hope not just for Madagascar pochard, but for other critically endangered species worldwide. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more fascinating stories.